Hello guys, welcome back to another what if video. Today I will be doing a what if Asta was betrayed video, and in this what if Asta will still have will have magic, but he'll get betrayed by the church because they didn't like him at all because he had magic but he didn't have any magic affinity. So that will be the reason why they bully him. So yeah, let's get right into it. I know that I spoiled the story, but this is kind of necessary explaining in the beginning. So now we go right into it. As I don't have a backstory on where Asta will come from, he will just be born with magic without any magic attribute. So yeah. Oh yeah, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you really enjoyed my videos. And yeah, that's all. Now let's get right into it. As we began, when Asta and Yuno is brought into the church. As the father can accept them and all that. Until they will turn 5, because then stuff will happen and he won't accept Asta there at all. No, he won't accept Asta until because he doesn't unlock his magic or anything. As I know I spoil things, but we'll start there with Yuno and Asta. When they are being 6 years old, Yuno's pen gets stolen. As now, Asta would say, "Give the pen back to Yuno," as he runs toward the drunk guy now. Punches him and all that to get Yuno's pen back for him. And then the drunkard said, "It's useless, you can never do anything to hurt me." Then Asta said, "Give the pen back to Yuno." As he starts to he wanted to start to scream, but he said, "Give it back, give it back, give it back, give it back." He now starts to punch the guy. As he gets more furious, his muscles, no, he will get hit stronger when he's more furious. Drunko would sense this and all that, so he'd be kinda scared of Asta, but not really. Knowing that it's just a kid. So it would go the same still though. And she said, "But why?" As he sees Asta laying on the ground. As he said, "I won't let anyone hurt my brother, huh?" Then I said, "But why, you worthless piece of shit? You don't even have your magic," said Yuno. "You idiot." As she says that to Asta, Asta be like, "What's wrong? Why are you so mean all of a sudden, Yuno?" Yuno said, "You really think I would accept someone without a medical attribute? You're an idiot." As now, he won't help Asta get to the village. As Asta would be worried now about Yuno because he never acted that way before. So when he got to the church, they explained everything. And they would still wonder why Asta hasn't unlocked his magic yet. As the kids started bullying him. No, as Asta and Yuno was still like the only kids there. As now, Asta and Yuno were 10 years old. All the kids were actually, the new kids that was there would actually start to bully Asta because he haven't unlocked his magic yet. He has the magical attribute, but he has that immense magical power. He said, "Your magic is useless. You can never do anything." What a weakling. You don't even have a magical attribute. Doesn't matter how much money you have if you can't use it. As they start to bully him for real now. Asta would be devastated. As for one day, and let's say that the father actually did kinda accepted that he did this to Asta. Because he thought about it that way too. That he was useless. As this time, Asta will ran away from the church. When he's 11, he had enough of all this. He doesn't say anything at all. Well, except for one thing. When he's about to leave, he wakes up Yuno and looks at him furious and said, "This is goodbye, Yuno." Yuno said, "Look, what do you?" I said, "This is goodbye." I said, "I won't come back." Yuno said, "What do you mean?" I said, "You can figure it out on your own, you fucking bully." Then he straight up opens the door and just leaves the door open. And it's winter, so it will be cold. Said, "I don't care about that you will freeze or anything. You deserve it." He just straight up walks away now. Has nothing else to do. He wonders, but where should I go now? Until he just walks around there in the winter, wondering what he should do. He just decides to train. And then he'll start to hate. I hate you know. Hate the others. I hate everyone. Then he would run into Patrias. Patrias hear that Asta muttering, "I hate him. Hate them all. They deserve nothing but death and pain on them. Fucking bullies." As Patrick would stop and say, What's wrong, kid?" As he kinda like smiled to Asta and Asta like, "Huh, are you gonna bully me too, huh?" He said, "Why would I bully you?" He said, "Because I have no medical attribute. I'm 11. I have no medical attribute yet. Still I have all this useless mana I can't use." Then Potter would just realize that, wait, then he sensed something in Asta. He will be our elf reincarnate. And that's because I want to bring him, Asta and Licht, closer and everything. As Licht would just say, "Wait, no, why would I bully you for that?" Skin smiles. "You're special. You're really, really special. If you want, I can take you into my place," said Licht, kinda nice, and reached out his hand to Asta. Asta would ask, "And how do I know that I can trust you and that you want to use me for something else? Some weird experiments?" He said, "Because I'm not doing that kind of stuff." As Asta now would sense, oh, wait, he's not lying about it at all. He's telling the truth, he thinks that. He then says, "Well, guess I can go with you. Seems like you're trustworthy at all." That's great. Then I said, "You can call me dad if you want, I can raise you and everything." I also just look at him and said, "Really? Wanna raise me?" He said, "Fine, but I won't call you dad, so I need to know your name." "Oh, my name is Licht." I said, "Okay, Licht. I'll come with you." As he kinda smiles now. At least someone accepts me in this world. And I know I speed things up a lot. It's not that detailed or anything, but it's really hard to make a detailed video of this. But yeah, so now Licht and Asta would just Asta would just follow Licht around to their kind of the Eye of the Midnight Sun's base. As let's say that they already met Vero and Raya and Fana would already be like there with that Licht that already saved them and all that. As they wonder, who is this kid? He said, as then he looked at them and said that he knew that he couldn't say that he was a reincarnate of the elf in front of Asta yet, because Asta's elf soul hasn't awakened or anything. As then he said, he's one of us now. As they think like, does he mean, but why? And then he resents that, wait, his magical power, it's immense. As they kinda trembles a little bit, but then we'll say, so what's your magic, kid? Asta will be like, I have no magical attribute. Licht would explain everything about Asta, that Asta hated those. Asta said that's a hatred is my own to explain. But then I guess I can let you explain it now, Dad. Licht would just look at him and say, that's the first time you called me that. He says, well, everything's the first time, some good time. Then just call him Licht again. He said, I can't call you that all the time, it hurts my heart. For some reason. He said, it's okay. But then Vero and Raya and Fana would just kind of talked with Licht when they were alone with him. As Asta was doing something else, kind of exploring the base. They said, but wait, he's one elf reincarnate, but how does he have no magic? He said, look what it says, I don't know. Well, he has magic, but he has no magical attribute. But how's that possible? He says, I don't know. But it seems like he has the deeper hatred and even almost the same hatred as you have, Fana. From back, what? He said, yes, it seems that he hates everyone that did this, that bullied him. Yes, wishes death upon them. Should be like interested in this, really? Maybe I'll be taking a liking to this kid. As the years went by, Ost was now 14. They would train him every day. As soon he will learn how to use mana's like enhancement magic, because everyone with mana can do that easily. But he still won't have a medical attribute. As Austin will be like, I'll be kind of down about this. So like, all of you have such a strong medical attribute. Strong magic and have a medical attribute. Here's me. Pathetic. I might have strong mana, but I don't have any medical attribute. As he thinks about leaving again, like leaving them, and just leaves. As he was about to leave the door, when Fana was asking him, say, "Where are you going?" I was like, "I'm going away." It's just time before you start to bully me too. Shen should be like, but why would he bully you? Because I said before, people bullied me because I have no medical attribute. And they will just keep doing it. Everyone will just keep doing it. Even though I appreciate that they were so nice for me all these years. Duh. So yeah, I will thank you before I leave. As I straight up hugs Fana and said, thank you for everything. Now I will go. As he tries to walk away, Fana stops him, like holding his hand, and say like, no, please stay. I said like, why? So now she looks kind of red in the face, like, because I want you to stay, Asta. I will like you. I want you to stay here. He would be like, what? Instead would think his head was thinking like, but how can someone like? How can a person like me, someone like me, a a mana-loved child, with a mana-loved kid, but without any medical attributes, but how could someone like me? And she would just say, fine, I guess I can do it. Guess I can stay. She thinks like, yay, he will stay. She is happy in her mind. So then Asta must hug her again. And then he will start crying, so like, I never knew. Why did you tell me? She'd be like, I tried to, but you were always so cold and everything. I was like, it's because I never could really trust anyone. Not even Dad. Not even him. As he talks about Licht. On that, as Licht and Vero and Raya would have knew that this confrontation between Asta and Fana would happen and all that, so they would leave him alone. As they would hear kind of him crying and talking to Fana. And she would just comfort him real good and all that. Then Asta said, but But no. She says like, well, we gotta train you still. She kind of smiles and says that until you unlock your magic. As Asta will soon unlock his magic actually. But for the type of magic he will have automatic. I don't know what to call it yet, but I need to figure out during this what if. So yeah, as Asta now will be 15. No, as Asta and Fana would be like training and all that. Let's just say that Asta and Fana was the same age actually. So yeah, as Fana would one day just walk up to Asta when they were 15 and say like, Asta, it's time to get our grimoires. Asta would be like, yay, you can get your grimoire finally. And she says, maybe you will get your medical attribute when you get your grimoire. Asta thinks about it and said, at least it's worth a try, I guess. So then she says, that's the Asta I know. And she now smiles at Asta. Asta would be like, oh well. He kind of smiles, tries to smile back and said, oh god, I'm never gonna get used to that. Then she caught you smiling. Asta but a red in face like, really? You have to say it? It's so embarrassing. Really, it's really embarrassing when you say that. She'd be like, no, it's not. Instead of go to a grimoire tower. As Asta would just, as Asta Fana would go to the grimoire tower, let's just say that it will not, it will be, it won't be the no, it won't be harsh village like grimoire tower. Because that just, I don't want to make that encounter between you and Asta. As Asta would just hate Yuno. As we switch back now to Yuno's perspective when Asta left. He just kind of cries a little bit and all that. Said, but why did you leave? Then he would just realize that what a dickhead he was. But still, no, he would say, well, I don't really care. He's just a attribute-less kid. Who really cared about him anyway? As when everyone else woke up that day, they realized that the door was open. And then they would ask, so as then they would see Yuno kind of smiling. Like, kind of have a sinister smile. They wonder, why are you smiling, Yuno? Yuno said, because that finally that garbage left. That dead weight finally left us. As they be like, so, Asta left, huh? Guess we don't need to care about him anymore. As father and sister will be like that, I'll still say, he's worth nothing. Nothing at all. They will say everything like that. As now, we switch back to Asta and Fana's perspective when they're 15. They will go to the same grimoire tower as Licht just got his grimoire from. So, as Asta would just, Asta and Fana was kind of like walking together with Fana. As now, when they got into the grimoire tower and everything, people would look at Fana because of her different hair color. Then they would look at Asta too. Asta would be like, really, I hate this already. And she's about to leave, but then Fana says, so are you not gonna get a grimoire or something? He says, fine, I can get the, fine, I'll stay here until I get my grimoire. Then I'm leaving this place. She'd be like, smiled, said, oh, at least that's something. As Asta says, oh, well, guess it kinda is. As Asta would now just kind of smile. No, Asta, as Fana and Asta would see two bright lights. Well, a bright light come down as Fana would get a. I don't know what kind of she got a diamond kingdom grimoire in canon, but in this she will get a 4-leaf clover grimoire, a red one, and like a mineral one, so it would be like a fused one. I should be like, I got a 4-leaf, huh? Stand for Asta also like, knew it. I won't get a grimoire at all. Yes, I'll better be going now back. Guess I'll be going now. I should find this. Wait. I was like, look at her and say like, why? Kind of like a tired, like tired look in his face. Like, I'm tired of this bull crap. I'm tired of all this shit that all this, people put me through. Then I must look at her and say like, fine, I'll wait for a little bit. As then a dark light would come up from the dark, up the parts of the grimoire tower. It goes down to Asta. As it would be a 5-leaf grimoire. Actually, no, it would be a 4-leaf clover grimoire. Actually, but I will show you a picture of how it looks. Because I found a picture exactly how I want it to look. I know that this is a 5-leaf clover grimoire, but imagine that this is a 4-leaf clover grimoire. That's how he asked that grimoire will look. See, as now he would like, guess I got a grimoire now, huh? Then let's open it and see that it still has no page or anything. Osbeck. Guess I had to do something about that later on. After taking care of everything else. Then he straight up leaves, with Fana following around him like, Asta, wait, Asta. As Asta was look back and said, and wait for her. I say, I guess I can wait for you. So then he would just look at her and it's like, oh well. You need anything else, Fana? She'd be like, no, I'm fine. Asta said, then let's go back. As this went back to the base, Asta would really doesn't want to talk to anyone or anything because of how he is and his personality in this. So yeah, as Fana would just tell everyone about what happened, all that Asta nearly got no grimoire. And that he finally got his grimoire, but he won't be animatic in it at all, so we don't know what his medical attribute is. That's why Asta will be pretty down right now. They would understand this actually, because they realized that Asta must have it tough, really. Having no medical attribute after all these years. With all this training and mana and everything, he still doesn't have his medical attribute yet. As the water, but why? How is it possible? Then Licht will realize that he and he thinks about it, it's like he might be that elf's son. Now, as Licht wouldn't know anything about the Asta's elf soul yet because the elf hasn't awakened. Unlike the others, he won't know that, as he will wonder who is he really? Who is this elf reincarnate? Asta is just in his room, kind of shading around, looking at his empty grimoire. As he would kind of smile and say, huh. Looks like it's just as empty as me. Then Fana was knock on the door. Asta would notice this and say like, who is it? Then she would open the door and say, it's me. He would sigh and say like, come in. And she would straight up come in and sit down next to Asta, and she would just talk to him. Asta would be like, so what is it? She'd be like, I just want to talk to you, Asta. Asta would ask, about what? About our future together. She kind of smiles and hugs him really. Asta be like red in the face, but what do you mean? She'll be like, well, you see, as then she would just kind of stumble a bit, and then also be like, wait, you're trying to tell me that you're in love with me? She'll be like red in the face, like, yes, I do. Must be straight up hug her and kiss her and say, uh, yes, there's mutual feelings, huh? They should be happy about it, say, yay. Also, notice this, say, like, I've never heard you say that before. She'll be like, because I'm never so happy like now I am now. Must be like, huh? Then he must remember what he said. Like, red in the face, like, I didn't do anything stupid, did I? She'd be like, no, you didn't. Actually, just straight up hugs him back now, all that. I'll be like, red in the face, like, and she would be calmed down and not be so cold anymore. Well, at least towards Fana. And I know in a lot of my what ifs of Austin Fana will get like a couple and everything, but really Austin's betrayed. He won't have anyone that he trusts, like a human or anything. And also be like, well. Then she just Austin gains a page in his grimoire, and she opens. Austin would say like, huh? Then he sees it's called like the medic lets me wonder about it. Yeah, Asta will get fire medic. I decided on that. So yeah, Asta will be a late bloomer in fire medic. She will just see the spell, as a Fana would see this too, but then Asta's flames. But let's say this: Asta will have a different color on his flames yet. I still haven't figured that part out, but he will have one. He will have a different color on his flames because of reasons. He'll need to kind of have that. So it will symbolize who he is, as then the spell will be called. Oh yeah, I haven't figured out the name of the spell yet. As it will be called Flames of Trust. I know it's kind of weird name or anything for like a spell, but it will be called Flame of Trust. Osplik, huh? Then it says it like Flames of Trust. Oh, weird name. It's now a black and reddish flames with a surround Asta and Fana. As far as like, what are you doing? Asta said, I don't know, and maybe I accidentally activated the spell. But instead of burning them, it like compelled them more and like kind of compressed them together. Preston also be like, what is this spell doing? It's my spell. As says, disperse, as they try to dispel it, as it kind of works. Asta and Fana would still be like this tight together. Asta get red in the face now, embarrassed and all that, as she would just kind of realize that what happened is like, yeah, it's okay, Asta. You just gotta keep training your magic. She kind of smiles at him now. Asta be like, how can you smile when this is so embarrassing? Stanley Hiss walks out. No, he doesn't walk out, but he will say, I guess I gotta show the others this flame spell now, but I won't use it. Seems like it's mischievous. Yeah, sorry about that. My phone like went did something, so the picture actually zoomed out or anything. So yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, as Asta said, the spell. It's weird. Pushed me and Fana together. It's like it wanted us to do that. Well, then he was to feel something else. When he was about to tell the others, as Fana looked at him, then as Asta would feel something in his heart, like, ah, he would just feel the pain. Like, oh god, ah no, it hurts. It hurts. then as Fana sees this, as he was what is wrong with Asta, then Asta falls to the ground with a loud noise, alerting everyone. They should be like, Asta! She runs towards him, tries to wake him up, but he won't wake up. Said, Asta! 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 Asta just hears Fana's voice fade away. He's like, why? What is happening? Then he wakes up in a room. Like a weird room. As this is a place where he haven't been yet. He's like, where am I? He just kind of opens his eyes slowly. Then someone says, so, he's finally awake. As now we just see some familiar faces, but he didn't remember them. As it would be Licht and Fana and everyone. Say, who are you? You seem so familiar. As they wonder what happened because he's lost his memories. What happened? How did he lose his memories or anything? What happened really? As they would be kinda wondering what happened to Asta. Then Asta will see Fana again, look at her, so like, I. Then she would just hug him and kinda say, you idiot, you made me so worried. Then Asta was about to say, who are you again? But then he just felt something else in his head. Like, my head. It kinda hurts. Then he must remember everything. Then he just hug Fana back and say, I love you. Wait, Fana, I love you. She burned her face like, where did that come from? I was a bit like, I remember everything now. But even though what happened that when I fell down, I don't know what it was. As then I would see like he had a big, kind of like a scar around on his chest. I was like, where did the scar come from? As if Licht would have said, well, seems to have to do something with what happened with you when we just ran towards you after Fana screamed. Everything just went black and all that, so we took you to a trustworthy doctor. I was like, what? As then was remember, okay. He would kind of be like, okay. Then I said, I still doesn't explain that scar on my stomach. It's like, then the doctor was walk in and tell, well, seems though that your heart have grown quite a bit. That might be the cause of pain. I was like, my heart has grown? He says, yes, it seems that he say, I don't know why. Let's say that the Licht and Fana and everyone knew about it, why it did happen. Why it have grown, because they were realized that Asta trusted Fana, had fallen to trust of Fana now. So he would think about it, so like, I think I know why. And then he just hugs Fana again, it's because of you. She'd be like, what do you mean? I said, it's because of you that my heart has grown. And he finally trusts someone. Completely. You are the only one that I trust. Fully. I should be ready to face back. What? I said, yes, you are the only one I trust completely. Then she'd be like, okay. But I wonder, why did this all happen after you got your spell? As Licht and the Raya would be, and Vela would be like, what? As Arthur would say, Science said, yes, I got a new spell. I got my first spell on my grimoire. They'd be like, so what magic do you have? I said, fire magic. But the flames look so different. It's kind of like they're black and red. So now, let's say that he had made somehow after he passed out, he would be able to use it in his hands. As he uses his hand and flame comes up there. I still would see the flame. I said, like, what? It's so odd. They wondered then. So why did you have like this magic? Then Oz was like, then I said, can you show us your flame spell? I said, no way in hell, I'm not gonna use that spell anymore. That spell is sinister. It doesn't even let me control it. As Fana would laugh and say, yeah, maybe not, maybe. Maybe it just wants to mess with you. Also be like, and why the hell does it want to mess with me? Of all people. Really, it's really freaking annoying that it does that to its owner. And it's embarrassing too when that happened. As Fana said, don't you think it was embarrassing for me too? As the Licht and Vero and Ryle would wonder, what do they mean? What are they talking about? As Stan asked with us, like, then Fana said, can you at least try to use it? Can you just use it once this time? He says, only because you asked for me to use it. She'd be like, okay. She would wonder why he has said it like that. Must be like, well, it's because of who you are. I trust you. No, you have the heavy duty of bearing all my complete trust. You're the first one I ever trust, really. She'd be like, okay. I see knew that this is kind of a lot of pressure to import, as he is important to Asta because she's the first one he ever trusts. Then he says, flames of trust. As these flames just surrounds Asta and Fana, as they just kind of push them together now. Asta be like, I knew this would happen. As then he would see something else, a note coming down from the spell. Like what it does. Asta be like, wait, what is it? Then he reached it and be red and he was turned red in the face like, what? The, what the? As Fana said, what is it? Then she looks at the spell and see what it does. Like, what? She kind of freaks out a little bit together with Asta. Asta be like, uh, I don't know what to say anymore. As for this description of what a spell does, it literally just pushes you together with the one that you trust, and the one that you will end up with as a partner later on. As like, what is wrong with my grimoire? Why did it do this to me? Seriously. As Fana would be red in the face and then decided just to hug him. I was like, well, at least I know I will end up with you. Must have smiled, said, yeah, that's kinda good to know. As Licht and Raya and Vero just wonder what I mean. They're not as close as Grimmer said, no sneak peek for you. Then he straight up walks out of the doctor's place with Fana shortly following him. As they wonder, but why? What does that spell do? Then I would see like that Asta and Fana would said that they will end up together. As to think like, ooh, so this spell must come for like tell them that they will end up together, maybe. Huh? Interesting. Really? As Lich would have said that. As Asta now is kind of walk out there with Fana following, as I said. Asta was walking back to base now. Think like, oh, well, time to get to my room. Finally, I don't know. Then we'll ask Fana, how long was I out? She'll be like, a week? I was like, a week? She's like, yes. I was like, okay. Then I just felt something else, an urge in him, that he needed to do something. Then I just looked at Fana. She looked at him, asked him to look at her again. Must with a smile, and then we just straight up turn her around, like then, and just grab her around his hand and around her neck. Straight up went in and leaped in for a kiss. As she would be red in the face, but then she was accepted and kissed him back. As she would be like, huh? As after that, Asta said like, I don't know why, but I felt that urge that I had to do that too. It's goddamn weird. She'd be like, it's not weird, really. I mean, we will end up together later. I was like, yeah. So now just hold hands and walk back to the base. Asta said, but what to do now? She'd be like, oh, wait until we can strike on the humans. Asta be like, yes. There's things that, at first I want to take down the church people, kill them all. Then he would say, well, I want to take care of the golden people back there before anything else. And Fana would ask, what do you mean? What people? Asta would then say, well, the people that I don't like, that I ran from. That I left 4 years ago. She'd be like, oh. Okay. She would say, oh, okay. She would realize that Austin needed to take care of that, as then she says, well, at least can I come with you? He said, yes, of course, honey. As now they would tell Licht and Vero and Raya about this, that they would go there. As they all be like, huh? No, as they tell them that it's time for me to face my past and take care of what I need to do. They say, well, at least be careful, Asta. Asta be like, of course, but before I go, I will train for a couple of months. Then Patrick would say, Licht would say, well, maybe for 6 months until the medic entrance exam. He said, maybe. Then he thinks to himself, maybe I should do that. Train for that much so I can easily kill them and torture them. As you know, talks like trains with Asta and Yuno. No, he just talk with. No, he wanna talk with Asta and Yuno. God damn it! Why did I say that? As he walks, he will get more spells. As he would just think like, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? As now he will get more spells, as he will have health, hellfire, no fire hell, no hellfire. It sounds better. So we'll get a sword, like have swords training as well. So as now us will just like, as he will just train for all the 6 months together with Fana, as his flames burn like better and better. And then I could even burn right for Fana's fire. Let's like, hey, guess I'm stronger than you, honey. I should have said science. Say, yeah, I guess you pretty much are, huh? So now also will be finished. He'll get let me see. He will have one other spell already. It would be called Hellfire. Then we'll have a fire sword. Like let's call it will be. Let's say that it will be like. No, actually, for the fire sword, let's say that Asta is walking around the base now, like the new base, like the flying cube kinda. As now he sees Licht's body and that sword around near him. As he would ask, then we decided to just ask Partridge / Licht about it. Then Partridge would have said, well, it's hard to explain, but he said, I can tell you later. Us be like, oh well, guess I accept that for now. And then he straight up then also we see the sword and be like, this sword, as like they will say, what about it? Also like it feels like so seems so familiar and it seems like it's calling me. Then he'd be like, what do you mean? I was like, well, you see, it's not that he just wants to call me for something, I don't know why. Then he feels it again, and it will be, no, as Asta be like, huh? As then Asta grabs the sword, I said, no, instead of that rusty thing, it will be turned red and black. No, it will be black with a red dark red flames around it. Kind of crimson red. And then she would just say like, huh? Asta be like, huh? Then just takes the sword up and just kind of swings it around. Then Licht would say, calm down, Asta. I didn't know that you will be able to pick it up. If you wait here, I'll get a sword strainer for you. Asta like, thank you, sir. And then Asta would be like, huh? What should I do now? He wondered. No, he would wonder like, what should I do? As after he started saying everything. As for what I should call this sword, I don't really know yet. What shall I call it? Let's call it Sword of Hell. Sword of Hell. Has a nice click to it. Sword of Pain still has a kind of nice click to it and everything. Let's call it Hell Sword. Then I said, and one spell will be Hell Sword's Fire. Hell Sword's Fire slash, as it would be like, he would just swing with the sword as Fire Medicus comes out. I was like, oh well. As after trading, Fana would be impressed by the sword and everything. As then I said, time to get up. As Licht said, no, it's Medic's entry exam was a week ago. As let's say that party was away that day. As Asta be like, okay. So time to get back there to the village now after all this training. As Fana said, yes, time to end as she smiles. Asta be like, yes, they will die and pay for that. What they did to me. But then he would kind of talk to Fana, like, well, at least I guess I should kind of be grateful to them. Because they, after all, if they weren't for them, I wouldn't have met you. Fana would smile, so like, yes, I guess I should be grateful for them too. Otherwise, I would never have for you here. So I would kind of smile and say, yeah, maybe that's it. Oh yeah, sorry about that, I really not know what to say, or I maybe be quiet as now this walk down to the village now. Well, in disguise at first. As it would be early in the morning, as they would just set a house on fire now, as would take out the sword and said, Hell Sword. Well, he would say Hell Sword, as the sword comes out of his grimoire, he grabs it, and he swings it. It's not he would say Hell Sword's Fire Slash. No, he would just say Fire Slash. As the others would like, as the villagers who just woke up to all that their house was burning, the roof just fell down to them as they screamed in pain. Then Oswald walked through the fire and said, "Feel that? That's just a little bit ounce of what I felt from you." I still wonder, who is he? Then Oswald said, "Really, you don't know me?" Then he said, "I guess my disguise worked, huh?" Then he takes off his disguise, like takes down his like yeah, as now he would have said, "Don't realize that. Wait, it's you." I said, "Yes, it is." What about him? What about that? I said, "It's time for you to pay for what you did to me." Just like, "But how did you get your medic? You have no medical attribute." I said, "I've changed a lot since then, in case you didn't notice that. I got my own medic now." As Fana walks up to him, stands next to him, I said, "And not just that, I found a one with true purpose. To make you people suffer. Feel the honest of the pain I felt." Then Fana said, "Is this enough?" I said, "No." Then he swings another fire slash on the next house, as the villagers tried to escape now because they knew that they had since they woke up to all the flames and screaming from the other villagers. Asta now straight up left the people that in that place just burning. As the church people now woke up, as they were like, "What? What's happening?" Then they tried to walk out, but before they could, they just be met with a hellfire. No, it will be met with flames surrounding the church. I said, "Don't you think I will let you leave now?" It's the church people say, "Who is he?" Because Asta took up his hood again, so he would be hidden, like no one would know. Let's say that they had a hurry, send a letter to Yuno, so "We are under attack." I asked for Medic Knight's help, but before they could, it arrived or anything, Asta finished, Asta had burned down the whole village and killed everyone there. And Stanford church people said, "Now, time to kill you one by one, you piece of shit." They were like, "Who is he?" I said, "You need to serve, you may..." "Or really, you don't know, you have forgotten who I am. After only 4 years, he'll make you pay for this." Then it says hellfire. As the church now burns, it crashes down. As the kids get trapped in there, in pain. I was like, "Feel that?" There was, "Why?" I was like, "Because you deserve it. You were the ones to do this to me. It's time for me to pay back the debt." As he just burned them like hellfire on them. He said, "Now this flame won't disappear unless I want it to." Then he decides, "And you too." As he looks at Sister Lily and Father, "You will have a special payment." As he makes fire crosses, no, he have 2-3 crosses there. As he puts both of them up, as he tortures them, burns their flesh alive, and everything. As I was like, "This I will enjoy." Then Founder said, "After their Medic Knights are coming." I was like, "Well, guess the backups are already here, huh?" Said, "Time to leave." But he did that, before he left, he just killed the children and decided to wrote a letter around. No, he won't word the letter. He was just burn a mark in the ground, say payback. No, then was no. He was written to say "Coming for you, Yuno. You're dead." As it was Yuno and some other medic knights that are coming there, because Yuno was wanted to help the village now, as they were under attack. As before Asta left, he decapitated both father and the sister Lily. As what is now? As Yuno sits like, what? Then I see somebody leave the village right before he comes off there. So, who are they? Then a portal opens as the two people he see just walks in there as the portal disappears. But before it disappears, Asta looks up and smiles. As he see that one of the guys just, one of the two people just looking up. Then was he smiling. You wonder, who is he really? Yes, it will show up to be Asta, really, because yes, it will kinda still be Asta. Because he will think that, who is he? Who is that guy and why did he attack our village? As he was walked down and see that everyone in the entire village was dead. And what Asta did to Sister Lily and the father said like, how and why did he do this to everyone? As then we see a message, it's like, you're not, I'm coming for you later, Yuno. He was like, don't you think I don't know that you are escaped, Yuno? No, he wouldn't say that, he would say, don't you think that I let you leave now, Yuno? No, he wouldn't say that, he would say, don't you think that you can escape this, Yuno? As Yuno's like, who is he and how does he know about me? And why did they have like this grudge against the Hodge village? Because let's say that they kinda had forgotten about Asta. So yeah, let's now Asta go back to the base like, instead of be pissed and all that, as Licht would say, what is it? Asta, that goddamn shit of idiot brat kid still wasn't there. Someone who managed to get into the Medic Knights. That bastard. But next time I will kill him for sure. Then Licht would say, what's his name? He said, Yuno. He'd be like, so he's the one. Must be like, what is it with him? Well, you see, as a part of like Licht just told him about everything, that he infiltrated the Medic Knights and all that, because he kinda did. Well, kinda. As part, as also to say, huh? Then we'll see, no, he wouldn't say anything, as Potter would explain that he is the captain of the Golden Dawn as well. I was like, so that's good he was in. As he was like, but why? As he said, I don't know, but it seems that he's an elf reincarnate, as he seems that, I don't know, I didn't know that he was that, or otherwise I wouldn't have let him in my squad. As I said, guess I can trust you on this, huh? And says, oh well, people waiting for the next time we can attack them. Then he walks away. And then he thinks that, what should I do now, he thinks. Then Fana was like, well, we could shield down or anything. Then I said, maybe we could. But if then he says, but what should we do now, huh? Then should as well, then Asta was go to his bed, now this time it's to rest. As Fana was just like, oh, guess he's pretty tired of this revenge, huh? As he was sleeping out loud, snoring loud, as she would say, what? How? As then, As just turns like, rolls around in his sleep and grabs her. Because she is set on her bed, as Asta grabs her and kinda sleeps now. Not letting her go or anything. She's like, red in face, like, what are you doing, Asta? And also was kinda saying asleep, like, Fana. My Fana. Then was kind of trying to kiss her. I seemed like, what? Then she's get a kiss from a sleeping Asta. She'd be like, what? She'd be red in the face. Then she slaps Asta. Asta wakes up and said, what? What the? Asta wakes up like holding Fana close to him. I said, like, what happened? She's like, you talked in your sleep and try kissed me in your sleep too. I said, like, what? I did what now? She would just say, yes, you did that. I was like, okay, well, this is weird, but yeah. And then he just hugs her again and just kisses her. Guess I should be doing this now when I'm awake. She'd be like, what? And then he just kisses her without her like being able to react still. She'll be red in the face and I said, what are you doing, Asta? I was like, I'm kissing you. What wrong about it? Said, no, nothing at all, really. I'm very surprised that you would do that. I was like, really? Are you really surprised, or are you just acting surprised? She'd be like, I don't know. Asta hugs her again, so like, well, I never let you go. Kinda smiles, then says, well, maybe it's because of that goddamn spill, but still. I guess we were meant for each other before that too. She'll be like, yes, as now next morning, Asta wakes up after all that sleep. Let's say that Fana fall asleep with him too. They just woke up kinda like their hair was a mess. Asta will see her hair and say, like, oh shit, as then just tries to fix her hair. As after that, Fana was kinda woke up because Asta, she would wake up while Asta was fixing her hair. She would ask, what are you doing? Also, your hair was so messy. So I had to fix it. She would say, thank you, but then when Asta like turn around and so, she would be like, but what about your hair? Asta would touch his hair and I would say, what? No, my hair. Fana said, guess it's my time to fix your hair. Asta would be like, yeah, I guess it is. As he would kinda smile. No. And she would say, smiled back and say, She would just fix his hair now as Tony was walked down and eat breakfast. As everyone was like kinda seeing that Asta and Fana was tired but still not really. They were holding hands as Licht and Vero and Raya would ask, so what are you gonna do today? I said, I don't know. I really want to do something, but I really don't know what to do. After all, I have my revenge. Almost. That's it. Just that Yuno guy left. Then it says, well. Then it says, well, there's an attack where there's a village that has a magic stone. Must be like, oh, so you want us to retrieve it? Maybe. He said, well, originally I planned for someone else, but I guess you can go with them too. As their leader now, us good. Knasva says, finally, something to do. Fana said, well, I'm going with you too. Osbelik, huh? Really? Why? Spilak, because you said that you will never let me go. Osbelik red at the face, realizing this, as Licht, Raya, and Vero would kinda laugh. Then Osbelik get really mad and scream at them and said, and what are you laughing about? I'll kill you! He now charged up his thrust at his sword and his fire, ready to slash them. Asta will calm down, Asta, calm down. Then Fana kinda laughs and said, it's kind of cute of you to do that for me, Aspect. Then he was calm down all that as now. Just be ready to leave. They moved up with the guys as the guy leader, like the leader of the group said, who are they? Licht would say, well, see this as your new leader for the group there. See like, why? Says because they hate the humans, hate those people more than you do. I said like, what? As also a smile say, yeah. I have a sinister smile. It's like, yes. He kind of laughed like hysterically. I said like, okay, I'll let them be the leader here. I said, good boy. As then he's walked down to the base. No, as then they was open a portal, go to the village now. As instead of Asta being there, it would just be Noel and Mag now. As before, when they arrived there, the nobles arrive, they was take care of the boars. Then it's when they walked down back to the village to report, they will see that it was covered in mist. As they decide, what is this? As then Magnum was guiding well through the village to the townspeople as they saw everything there. They saw the sheep village already dead. Then they saw the icicles over them. Then you see the time wars. Let's say that Asta and Fana have found the stone already. They sat down, kind of chilling. They are saying like, why don't they kill the villagers already? He said that, oh well, guess I should be doing that. As that was right when Noel and Magna arrived, as Magna said, flame scatter shot. Asta like, huh? Oh, medic knight. Oh well. Don't bother him, he's weak. Then it tells that like the three other guys like there was with the leader, the former leader said like, attack, just kill them. It's like, yes sir. It's Magna and Magna and Noel would just hear someone give them word said kill them. They saw it wasn't the clock guy. They started to look around. Then they saw Asta sitting there with a hoodie over himself to hide his hair and all that. As there was another one sitting next to him. I saw a little bit of pink hair hanging outside of it. They were like, who are they? I said, guess you saw me. It took you long enough to find me. Then again, you're too late. Then it says hellfire. As now before they could do anything, before Asta, the fire hit the villagers. One of the guard would say to Noel, please, Miss Maggie Knight, help us. As Noel will get to Sea Dragon's lair now. He said, Sea Dragon's lair. Asta will be like, huh? Then it's like, oh, this magic, you must be royalty. The most corrupt of all. I hate people like you. Really? And then it says, well, your magic is nothing for me compared to my fire magic. Then it straight up covers him in black and red flames. It's like, what? She'll be like, what is happening? As then Astos walks slowly towards the wall, like the Sea Dragon's lair. And she'll be like, stay back! As Magna throws fireballs at him, Astos blocks them easily. Then when he's right about to touch the Sea Dragon's lair, he said, this is just weak. Can't even control the magic yet, you failure. It's not even sad a royal did it, it's just worthy. You're the most worthy royal ever. As scumbags they are, you're a true royal. A scumbag who can't even control her own magic. Asa laughs at her. Then he straight walks through the Sea Dragon's lair with his fire around him. As the spell now dispels, as Asa said, hellfire. He burns all the villages now, as they are burning to death. Magnus said, you bastard! He runs toward Asta, trying to capture him and burn him. Asta like, huh. Dina said, guess I'll be doing that now. He dodges the attack, like, huh, slow. Then it says hellfire, no, hell sword. Hellfire slash. Yeah, that's what we call it. I see a slash with a sword sometimes. As they will be hellfire slashes towards Magna. Magna tries to dodge all of them. He managed to dodge the three. Let's say that Asta did 3. He managed to dodge 2 of them, then gets hit hard by the third one. As Nov said, Magna. Nov said, pathetic. To think that you are a fellow fiery magic user. Ain't he weak, Fawn? Ain't he weak, honey? She's like, yes. He's so weak. Then Astus looks at him and said, well, guess it's time for you to die, Miss Royal. Let's say that they managed to call for backup. Now the medic knights would arrive. It will be several captains. It will be the captain of the Silver Eagles, because he wants to save Noel as well as the Golden Dawn, as Yuno from Golden Dawn and some other members from different squads. I was like, huh. Then he sees Yuno, like, you. Then he sees the captain, so finally said, "Time to retreat, Asta." As the others, Asta said, "Yes." Then he looked at her and said, "Well, your job is done. You can do whatever you want now. But make sure that you doesn't tell anything." They're like, "Yes, sir." As when the Silver Eagles is about to capture the ice mages, they will suicide them, as Asta would say, "Huh, good choice." Then he looks up at this guy and say, "Okay, anytime now." As the portal opens, but near, but uh, down to the ground around Asta. Asta jumps into it as with Fana said, "Next time I will get you." He looks at Yuno. As soon as I remembers, wait, it's him. Then I said, like, it's him. As he charges right towards him. Then Asta proceeds like, "Oh no, you ain't coming here." Then he says, "Hellfire!" As now giant black and red flames burns up right into the sky. So blocking the path of Yuno, almost gets burned by it. I said, "Damn it! This guy really pisses me off." Then Nocel would ask, "So, who is that guy? Anyway, do you know him?" He said, "No." He crushed his fist, but he's the one that killed everyone in Harsh Village. He and that girl, he and that other person, is the one responsible for that. He was look at terrified, he's like, "Wait, what?" I said, "Yes." Then he was look at the villagers and see that they're all tortured by the flames before they died. A Snowblock shaking. As Nocel was walk up to her and hug her, said, "Are you okay, sis?" She's like, yeah, as she would be shaking now, out of fear. As now they get back, now Asta and the Fana West go back to their base and who's like, "Damn it, those medic knights. Did I have to send a captain?" So now smashes right into the wall, breaking it. As Licht just heard it's like the wall breaking, and was around and said, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yes, I'm okay." "Not really, because those medic knights came. Well, I'm glad that sent that Yuno guy over there. But then decided to send a freaking captain. Damn it, I could have had my revenge with Yuno. Next time I have to kill him." Patrick said, "So did you retrieve the medic stone?" I said, "Yes, we retrieved that goddamn stone. Here." As he just throws the stone towards Licht. Licht said, "What's wrong?" Then Asta said, "Nothing." He straight up walks away now to his room, furious. As then he asks Fawn about it, she's like, "Well, we met a royal there." And a fire very curious her. And I don't know full details about that royal. Pissed Asta off a real good of bit. He would feel like, a royal hug, yes, that explains everything. Then he thought and he said, like, yes, the reincarnation actually manifests, maybe Asta's manifestation in the elves. Reincarnation really works alone. Yeah, start to evolve now. As Asta's soul will start to fall asleep now, he woke up like a dip with pointy ears, red marks on his face. Just like Fana, Asta would be like, "What is this?" As he would still have the same consciousness. Then he would walk up to Potter like with a hoodie around surrounding him and mask as he'd say, "What is this, Dad?" "What's wrong, Asta?" I said, "Come." They just walked to a lone room with Fana kind of following them and said, "You can come to Fana." Then he says, "When I woke up, this happened. This was on me." As he takes off the mask and everything, they'll be like, "What?" As then you see that his elf was awakened now. I don't know what's happened, but this just happened. When I woke up, they're like, "Do you wonder that too? But how?" Liquid wonder what how. I was like, "Guess that really means that I'm an elf, huh?" Then I just looked at Fauna, as Fauna would already have that for a while now. Fauna would have that when they met each other. I was like, "Guess I'm looking more like you now, Fauna." She's like, "Yes, you do." Sorry for that noise. this, so yeah, as Asta know, no, as Asta would actually, what is it now? He would just decide to, so like maybe on some an elf now. How guess I gotta be more careful with everything I do now, since people won't recognize me as a human anymore. Can't infiltrate places. He would be us. Yes, that's too bad, but still, at least you're awake now. I was like, yes. As you said, those humans. Now I understand why I hated them so much. They're responsible for everything that happened. Said, yes, they are. Also, like, it's time for revenge later on, huh? Liquid said, yes, it is. And this is where I'll be ending off this what if. Because, I don't know how to continue it yet, still. And I know this is a brand new. I know I said in my last update video I wouldn't do any brand new what ifs except for like the one that will release on this weekend of the Halloween special. But this won't be a Halloween special at all. This is just a new what if. And it's quite a when I was bored. So yeah, yeah. So yeah, stay safe. Peace out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that bell to be notified whenever I upload a new what if video. And this is all from me now. Peace out. Stay safe. Peace out.